Hey everybody. So today I'll be doing my Ohio book haul. As I mentioned in a video previously, I'm not too sure what one it is. My grandmother is ill, and I live in Texas, and I went and visited her in Ohio. And to make a long story short, everything is well with her. She's doing a little bit better and everything of that nature. Man, getting there was bad though. The airport, the first day I tried to leave, it got canceled, so I had to stay an extra day in Texas. And then coming back, I was stuck in another airport in Texas overnight, which if you've ever been in an airport overnight, it's not fun. It's not fun at all. But it did give me some time to read. But still, I'd rather be reading at home or anywhere else. The airport's not comfortable at all. But I digress. While I was in Ohio, I visited two bookstores, and one was a thrift store with used books. I picked up one used novel, and the rest I picked up at the two bookstores. The two bookstores was Books A Million, which is kind of like a Barnes & Noble type store. It's a little bit smaller, but it is a chain bookstore. It was pretty good. I enjoyed that. I should have took pictures, but I didn't. And the other one was Read More, which is like a branch division of Hallmark. Not the ones that make the gift cards. Has a TV station, I believe, or TV channels, like multiple ones. And they make like knickknacks and stuff, but they also have stores called Read More's, which they sell all their stuff, like the cards and like the Precious Moment figurines and all that, and also books. So that's where I picked up a few of these books. So I can't read it and then I know what this book's about without reading it, so I'm gonna show you the cover, read you the back, and just, I guess, talk about it a little bit and move on. I got 5 books while I was down there. So, let's get started. The first book is V.C. Andrews' House of Secrets. Give it a second. And I'm going to read the back, and we'll go from there. Right. Ever since Fern could remember, she and her mother have lived as servants in the Windmere House, the old Gothic mansion of the Davenport family. It used to not be so bad before Dr. Davenport took a second wife. Fern was allowed anywhere in the house, and she and the doctor's son, Ryder, were best friends. But now Fern and her mother aren't even allowed to use the front door. If B. Davenport could stamp the word servant on their forehead, she would. Yet, for all her wrath and harsh discipline, sorry, I can't speak today, the cruel woman could not break the mysterious bond between Ryder and Fern. And when Ryder invites Fern and her date to join his friends at prom, there's nothing Mrs. Davenport can do to keep it secret, that which haunts the women of Windmere. Still, there's nothing she won't try. After all, reputation is everything. Actually, V.C. Andrews has passed on for a while. It's a ghostwriter who does it. The ghostwriter is actually male, which is interesting. A lot of stories are very similar. You always kind of know what you're getting into when you read a V.C. Andrews novel book. Actually, I was, and the only reason I really read it, the books are good. I enjoy this type of story. There's not much. You already know what you're getting into. All the books kind of play to a central theme. House, traditional rich family, everything. But fun fact about myself, I was actually named after a character of a V.C. Andrews novel book. I don't know how I'm supposed to feel about it, but it was Flowers in the Attic, and it was Christopher, because my name's Christopher. And yeah. If you know anything about the book, you would know why it would, feel such a way. But, anyways, I digress. So, yeah, I always enjoy V.C. Andrews novels. I used to read them a lot more than I have recently. I've read a few series, both by the traditional V.C. Andrews and somewhat of the ghostwriter now. Not too sure how to pronounce this author's name. Ian McEwan? And the book's called Atonement. Let's see. I really like this cover. Not that you should judge a book by its cover, but there you go. Alright. Ian McEwan's symphonic novel of love and war, childhood and class, guilt and forgiveness combines all satisfaction of superior narrative with the provocation we have come to expect from this master of English prose. On a summer day in 1935, 13-year-old Breonna Taylor witnessed the flirtation between her older sister Cecilia and Robbie Turner, the son of a servant. But Breonna's incomplete grasp of adult motives and her precocious imagination begins bring about a crime that will change all their lives, a crime whose repercussions, atonement, follows through the chaos and carnage of World War II and into the close of the 20th century. It's not too long, maybe a little tiny reprint. It sounds good to me. Sometimes I have problems with reading World War II novels, as they tend to get very repetitive. And there's a lot of books that take place during World War II. Not that it's not an important subject, but sometimes a lot of the books are good that are written at that time period, but I do want to expand my horizons, and it is important to talk about it, but sometimes I feel like it's written about a lot. So, I try to limit my intake of books that take place during World War II to only maybe a few years, because it does seem like there's a lot of it. Anyways, my next book. The Girl in the Red Coat by Katie Hammer. Again, I'll read the back for you. Newly single mom Beth has one consistent gnawing worry, that her dreamy 8-year-old daughter, Caramel? I'm not sure how to pronounce that. I guess it's up to interpretation. I'll show you the word. But, hey. Let's see if I can get it on here. Right there. I don't know how well it comes out, though, on the screen. Has a tendency to wander off, will go missing, and then one day it happens. On a Saturday morning, thickened with fog, Beth takes Caramel to a local outdoor festival. They get separated and crowned, and Caramel's gone. Shattered, Beth sets herself on a grim and lonely mission to find her daughter, keeping on the relentless, even as the authorities tell her that Caramel may be gone for good. Caramel, meanwhile, is on a harrowing journey into the world of a strange religious sect. A world that requires her to live by her wits, while trying desperately to keep in her head at all times a vision of her mother. Alternating between Beth's story and Caramel's story, written and gripping prose that won't let go, The Girl in the Red Coat is an utterly immersive story that it's impossible to put down and impossible to forget. So, from what I gather, kind of like a missing story. A child goes missing, but I guess the cult or the religious sect that takes her in, that's what made me appeal to this novel. Because in my lifetime, in my personal experience, I've met very, very strange religious people. And I'm not even talking like very conservative Christians. Because I met those too. But like offshoots of religious sects. I don't know. I met some very strange people religiously. and it wasn't even always traditional religions. So I'm kind of interested to see what this book is, see if I can imagine anyone I know in real life has any of these characters. So I'm looking forward to this book. Though I'm sure it's not going to be like a hilarious book or anything, but just, I guess it's dark humor. Alright. Where All the Light Tends to Go by David Joy. That's an easier name to pronounce. Alright. The area surrounding Cashiers, North Carolina is home to people of all kinds, but the world of Jacob McNeely lives in a crueler than most. His father runs a highly organized meth ring, and Jacob has been working with him for years on the promise that his payday will eventually come. The only joy he finds from reuniting with Maggie, his first love, a girl clearly bound for bigger and better things than this hard-scrabble town. When a fateful mistake changes everything, Jacob is forced with a choice: stay and appease his father or leave the mountains with the girl he loves. In a place where blood is thicker than water and hope takes a back seat to fate, Jacob wonders if he mustered strength to rise above the only life he's ever known. I don't know. I've never read anything, especially with dealing with like drugs. Because usually with books, they tend to grapple the issue of alcoholism, and I haven't read a lot of books that dealt with, like, I guess, any type of illegal drugs or anything. Especially with making it, most of the books I've seen are like true stories or like biographies, and I always tend to doubt them a little bit because I always wondered how much is true, how much is not, how much is like, I don't know, just to get your book out there. So, since this is fiction and it's something I haven't read before, I'm highly interested to read about it, and I like the family aspect and the romance aspect of it as well. Alright, second to last book. Hotel on the Corner of Bitter and Sweet. Give me a second to look at it. This is the one I got at the thrift store by Jamie Ford. In 1986, Harper Lee joins a crowd outside the Panama Hotel, once the gate to Seattle's Japanese town. It has been boarded up for decades, but now the owner has discovered the belongings of Japanese families who were sent to internment camps during World War II. As I was saying before, there's a lot of books written about this time period. Now that is not discussed in the report, you just can get burnt out really quick. As the owner displays and unfurls a Japanese parcel, Henry, a Chinese-American, remembers a young Japanese-American girl from his childhood in the 1940s, Kyoto Oke. If I mispronounce any things, I'm sorry. With whom he has formed a bond of friendship and innocent love that transcends the prejudice of their old world ancestors. After Kyoto and her friends were evacuated to the internment camps, she and Henry could only hope that their promise to each other would be kept. Now, 40 years later, Henry explores the hotel's basement for the Opko family belongings and for a long-lost object whose value he cannot begin to measure. His search will take him on a journey to revisit sacrifices he has made for family, for love, for country. This one sounds... I kind of like the premise of the story. It's probably going to be a while before I read it, because World War II books are a little harder to read, even if it's about like how Americans sent Japanese to internment camps, what took place in Europe. It's not important. I have read quite a few of them. It's just, it gets hard. It gets a little depressing. Not that life's all sunshine and butterflies and all this other stuff, but I don't want to psych myself out too much, but I'll eventually get to it. I'll read it and learn more, or play place myself in those situations. Alright. The last book. We're almost done. And I think this is the thickest book I got. I like thicker books. It gives you more time to read. Sorry. Ever since I got back from Ohio, my nose has been really, really stuffy, so that's why I'm kind of like rubbing them. Just very stuffy. Alright. I won't mess up some names now. Hopefully you guys are ready. Here, I'll show you. Pakikno by Min Jin Lee. It's a very, very pretty cover. Like her dress. Usually, I know I shouldn't go much on covers, but I don't know, I just really enjoyed the cover of this one. I like Japanese, Chinese art, like the traditional. I think it's just very, very pretty. Alright, I'm going to read this one, and this will be it. History is seldom kind. In Min Jin Lee's best-selling magisterial epic, 4 generations of a poor, proud immigrant family fight to control their destinies, exiled from a homeland they never knew. In the early 1900s, teenage Sunja, the adored daughter of a crippled fisherman, falls for a wealthy stranger at the seashores near her home in Korea. I guess it's Korean art. I do apologize. I read this before. I should have remembered, but I'm sorry. I enjoy Far East art as well. Korean as well. Okay. He promised her the world, but then she discovers she's pregnant and that her lover is married. She refuses to be bought. Instead, she accepts an offer of marriage from a gentle, sickly minister passing through on his way to Japan. But her decision to abandon her home and to reject her son's powerful father sets off a dramatic saga that will echo down through the generations. Richly told, profounding, moving, Pachinko is a story of love, sacrifice, ambition, and loyalty. From the bustling street markets to the halls of Japan's finest universities to Pachinko's parlors of criminal underworld, Lee's complex and passionate characters, strong, stubborn women, devoted sisters and sons, father shaken by a moral crisis, survive and thrive against the indifference arc of history. What was it? The last time I read something from a far Asian story was the Three Souls, and I really enjoyed that book, so hopefully I'll enjoy this one too, except this one's going to be a lot longer. I don't know if I showed you how thick it was again, and the print, and somewhat tiny, not like horribly tiny. But, yep, I am looking forward to reading each and every one of these books. I don't know how my TBR list, if a TBR list was the key to immortality, I'm going to live forever because I have a lot of books I need to read. So, hopefully I can pick up some of these books soon and begin reading. But I did get all these books in the state of Ohio, my home state. One day, hopefully, I can move back there, get out of Texas. But, yeah, that's it. Thank you for watching. Hopefully, you've maybe heard a book or found a book that sounds good to you. If any of the books sound interesting to you, or you would want to see me do a review on or something, or that you consider picking up yourself, just let me know down in the comments. If you like and subscribe, I appreciate all your guys' reviews, and I'll see you next time I do a video. Alright, bye guys.